Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you a haul. I was doing monthly hauls and then I just kind of lost track a little way. So I'm bringing you what I'm going to call my autumn haul. There's nothing necessarily autumnal about this stack of books. It just happens to be a stack of books that I've acquired during the autumn period. But yeah, I had them in my to haul section of my TBR cart, and I needed to clear out my TBR cart because it was just getting chocker because I had so much that I was putting off doing. So I've taken them out and put them in a stack here for us to go through now. There's not that many. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 books here, but they need hauling, and I'm excited about these, so let's get cracking. No particular order. On top of the pile we have Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend, the third book in the Nevermore series. This is the gorgeous Waterstones exclusive edition that happens to have some messed up pages. I think there's, pages missing at the beginning. We go from page 1 to page 7 to 4 to 9 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 again. Missing pages at the beginning, and there's a few missing at the end as well, unfortunately. But the edition is gorgeous, and I will just download the audiobook and listen to that when I get to reading this, so that's not a problem. But yeah, the third book in the Nevermore series, which is beautifully just here. My books do not match. I have a large paperback, a small paperback, and now a hardback, so I'm calling it the Never Match series. Not letting that pun die. But yeah, it follows a young girl called Morrigan Crow who is destined to die on the eve of her 11th birthday. However, when that time comes about, she is whisked away by a very eccentric man called Jupiter North, and she is taken to Nevermore, where she has to compete in some trials to earn her place in the Wondrous Society. And we're 3 books in now, and this is Hollowpox. I don't know too much about what this one follows, but it's still Morrigan Crow, and I'm very excited about it. I am shocked I haven't read it already, to be honest. So yeah, this gorgeous book I'll have to listen to on audio, unfortunately, but beautiful. Next up we have A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I am gathering Naomi Novik books despite the fact that I have not yet read anything by her. I just think I will enjoy them. However, I have heard some mixed reviews on this one. I think there was something to do with some rep in this one that was not necessarily very good. I'm not up to scratch on the topic, but this is probably one that's going to sit on my shelf for a very long time before I actually get around to reading it. So there is time for me to make sure I know what the deal is with this one. But I don't know what this one is about. I saw it when it just came out in Waterstones. It was on the edge of the shelf, it looked gorgeous, and I knew it had some hype around its release because it's dark academia, but other than that, I know nothing about this book other than there were some reviewers saying that the rep was particularly bad and it was dark academia. So we'll see. I decided that Orion Lake needed to die after the second time he saved my life. Interesting. Okay. It's a beautiful book. I am still looking forward to reading it, but I am aware that I need to make sure I know what the deal is before going into this. So yeah. Next up, I have The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This one is described as middle grade for adults, and I love that because I'm a fan of adult books, I'm a fan of middle grade books, and I'm a fan of this cover. It's absolutely gorgeous, and there has been so much hype around this one. It's apparently just ridiculously heartwarming and beautiful, so I'm looking forward to reading it. I have read one thing from TJ Klune before, however, I feel like what I've read from him previously is on a very different platform to this, as what I read from him before was very, very sexual and humorous and fun. But that was The Lightning Struck Heart. I feel like this is a different level entirely, but this is about a man who I believe works for some sort of agency who needs to determine the fate of these magical children? I don't know. He's a caseworker in the department in charge of magical youth. He's summoned by extremely upper management and given a curious and highly classified assignment: travel to an orphanage on the distant island and determine whether 6 dangerous magical children are so dangerous, in fact, that they're likely to bring about the end of days. And I'm assuming the house in the Cerulean Sea is that orphanage. I'm very excited to read this one. I'm pretty sure it is the next Read, Rate, Review book as well, so I need to get into this one soon, but I'm very excited about it, so yeah, there's that one. Next up, I finally caved and bought the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I sort of recently read The City We Became by her and adored it. I loved that. And I know that this is like her most popular work, so I thought I need to read more from her, and you know, the most popular thing she's written seems like a good place to start because everyone raves about, is it the Broken Earth trilogy? Broken Earth something series? I don't know. But it is book 1 in the Broken Earth. But everyone raves about how great this is, and it's probably about time I find out about it. I say about time. When I actually get around to reading it, there's no guarantee when that is. My TBR is never ending. But I am interested in this one and needed to get my mitts on it, add it to my collection because I think I like N.K. Jemisin. Having only read one of her books, I can't say for sure, but I did love that one very much, so I have high hopes for this one, and everyone else's love for it just makes me think even more so that I too will probably really enjoy this one. I don't know much about what it's about at all. This is the way the world ends for the last time. It started with the Great Red Rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal, a long-dormant wound rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land long familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy. Doesn't really give away too much to me, but I'm looking forward to it. Next up, I bought a book I probably shouldn't have done, which is The Missing of Claire Delune, which is the sequel to A Winter's Promise by Christelle DeBose, and the second book in the Mirror Visitor series. These books are gorgeous. I just adore the covers, and I hadn't come across the sequel in paperback, and I saw it in my local independent bookstore and thought, I'm gonna nab that up. So I did. I don't know much about the sequel at all, and I don't want to because I haven't read the first one yet, but the first one, I believe, follows a young girl who is set to marry someone from a distant kingdom, and she doesn't want to, and then she finds out she could travel through mirrors. I really don't know, but I want to read that one sometime soon. I'm hoping maybe a Polathon read, perhaps, because A Winter's Promise, it's very wintry vibes going on there. So I do want to read that first one, but I picked up the sequel as well, which I've heard is much better than the first one as well, so fingers crossed for that. Next, I picked up Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. Behold What Is Coming. Again, one that I don't know too much about, but I saw it in Waterstones, thought there's hype around this, gave the blurb a read and thought, yep, that sounds like something I would enjoy. Terasai has always longed for the warmth of a family. She was raised in isolation by her mysterious, cunning and often absent mother, known only as the Lady. That immediately sparks my curiosity because what is that relationship? Sorry, my neighbour's just started drilling his wall. When Terasai comes of age, the Lady sends her to the capital of the global empire of Aritsar to be chosen as one of the Crown Prince's Council of 11. If she's picked, she'll be joined with the other council members through the Ray, a bond deeper than blood. Oh, that's probably where Raybearer comes from. But the Lady has other ideas, including a magical wish that Terasai is compelled to obey: kill the Crown Prince once she gains his trust. Now neighbour has started hammering. Why? So yeah, from the blurb, this sounds like something that's right up my street, and I've heard very good things about it. My neighbours started soaring again. I've heard some very good things about it, so yeah, I picked it up and I'm excited to dive into it at some point. The cover for this one is absolutely gorgeous as well. Took me ages to notice the face in it. Right, we're gonna have to fly through these last ones because I can't wait for him to stop, so sorry about the background noise. But the next thing is Isola Volume 2 by Brendan Fletcher and Carl Kerschel. This was actually a gift from Tracy, so thank you very much, Tracy, for gifting me this one. I read the first volume not that long ago and really enjoyed it. It's very beautiful. Like, the artwork is stunning, and it follows the head of the Queen's Guard and the Queen, who is a tiger, trying to get to Isola, which I believe is some sort of magical plane where the dead are. I'm not entirely sure. The plot was very slow going, very intriguing and mysterious, and I'm looking forward to diving into Volume 2 at some point because it really is beautiful. I'm really sorry about the hammering on the wall. And then finally, last but not least, we have The Forest of Ghosts and Bones by Lisa Ludek. This is a Hungarian-inspired fantasy. Lisa Ludek is the author of A Shiver of Snow and Sky, which is up there, you can't see it, which is a polar fantasy that I don't think gets enough love at all. I absolutely adore it. And this is her latest book. Lisa Ludek, following on from A Shiver of Snow and Sky and A Storm of Ice and Stars, has kind of become an auto-buy author for me because I've loved both of those. So when I found out she had a new book, I had to get my hands on it. And yeah, Hungarian inspired this time. You are the girl who can walk in the rain, I am the boy who knows the way. As dark power surges, three strangers are bound together on a journey of discovery. For Beata, whose brother has been taken by the deadly rains falling on the haunted castle above her village, it means unravelling long-buried secrets. For Liliana, it is an escape from the shadows, running from those who seek to destroy her. And for Benedek, a chance at a new life, rising above his humble beginnings. Will they unite to fight the darkness, or will each be seduced by power and all that it offers? Sounds mysterious, sounds adventurous, sounds kind of spooky in a way. I'm very excited to dive into this. I'm looking forward to it. I am going to wrap this up now because, quite honestly, that hammering and stuff is driving me insane. So sorry if the end was a little bit rushed there, but I am losing the will to live. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have read any of these, if you want to chat to me about any of these books, then feel free to do so down below. If you've enjoyed, give us a thumbs up. But otherwise, thanks for hanging out with me for a bit, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!